All right, guys, what's up? So we're back for another video. Before we get started today, I just wanted to say thank you for everyone that has been watching and liking and everything. I really do appreciate it. I said it took a lot for me to step outside my comfort zone and actually start making videos and doing this type of thing. So I really do appreciate it. But so anyway, today we're gonna go ahead and do a video about the 10th gen. This was actually the first car I've ever modded. Sadly, I got the EK now, so I don't really do too many things to it, but I have done a lot to this car in the year and a half of ownership. So I'm gonna clean it up real quick because it's pretty dirty. But yeah, after I do that, I'll go ahead and then I'll park it somewhere a little more scenic, and I'll give a rundown of my wheel specs and all the other mods that I have done to it. So stay tuned. Okay, much time later, finally got this done. So I have driven the car around today, but I figured it would still get somewhat of a cold start. So I'll go ahead and explain. The first thing would be I bought a Borla S-type exhaust for this car. They retail around 700 bucks. It was one of the first available exhausts that was for this car, considering that it was new. As far as a power increase or anything, I mean, I never really noticed anything as far as that, but it did make a big change in the sound. But I mean, it's still quiet because it's a 4-cylinder turbo. Jesus Christ, I'm sweating my ass off. But anyway, let me go ahead and get a sound clip for y'all real quick, and I'll go ahead and move my car somewhere else so we can actually continue on with the video. So I went a little out of order by showing the exhaust first, but just figured it'd be the simplest thing to do. But I had actually got that sometime later. So one of the first mods that I did, I mean, it's not really a big deal, but it makes a humongous difference, is these smoked out corners. I mean, you can get them on Amazon, anything else. And they have a variety of different ones now at this point. Next in the lineup, I guess, would be the niche wheels. These wheels weren't my first choice. I had actually ordered a different style of niche wheel, and they ended up not having any available. So they messaged me and they were like, hey, would you like to try these? I was pissed off, but I was like, you know what, whatever, go for it. And I actually am glad that I went with these. So as far as offset and wheel size, they're 18 by 9.5 plus 40. I haven't gone too aggressive and too low with this car because I do enjoy dailying it, but I do want to go lower. So that brings me to my next point. I doubt you'll be able to see it, but crap, you won't be able to. Anyway, I went ahead and I went with the Civic lowering springs. I want to say they were like 2 in the front and 1.5 in the back, or vice versa, or something like that. About 300 bucks for them. Just regular lowering springs. I mean, it made a big difference. I'll actually put pictures and everything to show how big of a difference it made when I had the car on the wheels first, as to with the lowering springs and things. But yep, so that's it as far as wheels and suspension. Type R rep wing. Now, this is a controversial topic because everybody will say, oh, you got a fucking fake Type R, this and that. But really and truly, I didn't do it for that. I did it because I like the wing. It makes the car look a lot better. Now, seeing that they've made duck bills and things like that, of course, I would almost rather run that. But I do like the wing on it. I had it professionally installed. I didn't do it myself. But I mean, it makes a huge difference on how the car looks. And fuck what everybody else says. If you enjoy it, by all means do it, you know. Another thing that I took the time to actually put a little bit of money into is those window guards that I just showed you. So those are actually OEM from Honda. They I mean, they cost a little bit more than the off-brand ones, but in all honesty, it's the best ones I've ever had. For instance, trying to find some for the EK. I mean, I literally put some on, paid 40 bucks for them. They didn't come with the clips or anything, and they literally just in the heat melt off and go all sideways and shit. So I mean, if you plan on doing this to a 10th gen Civic, by all means just pay the money and get the good ones. I mean, you're already paying enough because the car is newer and things like that, so it is what it is. Another thing that I did later on was I actually added aero to the car. So I used to have an Aerodynamics splitter that went on this one, but I know you've heard in my last video I've had a lot of trouble with things like that. Surprisingly, the side skirts that I had ordered also from Aerodynamics have lasted a really long time. They look good on the car, make it very aggressive. And then when I bought all that, I also bought a downforce solution splitter. These things are pretty cool. They're very aggressive. It actually used to have a little middle piece that went around this exhaust right here. But mine broke off whenever I had hit that thing in the road, and it sadly couldn't get saved, but I almost like the way that it looks now. I mean, like I said, it's a very aggressive look for the car. Again, one of the first mods that came out for them whenever they were newer to the mod game. All right, guys, so next up in the front, as you can see, I don't have the stock grille anymore. So again, with this car, since I've had it, I've had horrible luck. I actually had someone back into me, and I was planning on getting this grille anyway. They backed into me and made a little dent right there, and it had messed this up. I got it fixed, but I went ahead and I just got a new grille. And as you can see, I also have the Type R badging, the red badges. So again, that's another controversial topic as far as this goes, but somebody gave it to me. They gave me the front, so I went ahead and I bought the back. And I mean, it is what it is. It's better. It's almost a little bit too flashy on the contrast of the Sonic Gray Pearl, but you know what? It doesn't matter to me. I like the car. I don't claim it to be a Type R. So other than that, I mean, all I've really done was, I mean, added a speaker system to it and things like that. Just things to make it more enjoyable. The interior of these cars are fairly nice and modern, so you don't really have to do too much. I mean, I'm not gonna go ahead and fucking throw racing seats and shit in it. I use it as a daily. It's comfortable. It is what it is. I guess I'll go ahead and try to do some cinematics. I've never really done that before, but just to get a better look at the car, because I know I didn't really show it too much because I was trying to stay on track and keep everything going, but we'll go ahead and knock that out. So I completely forgot to mention that I actually did do some other performance mods along with the exhaust. I actually added the engine intake, which was again one of the first things that they had made as far as intakes wise. I think they run around $300-400 bucks, so I'll go ahead and show you that. And I had also bought a strut bar, which I can't remember the company that it came from, but both are really high quality. Again, and I don't know if I mentioned, but I have the CVT, so as far as power goes, it's not like having a standard, but I mean, it didn't make much of a difference other than it makes the air sucking sound and stuff. But I'll go ahead and show you that real quick. It's a little dirty, but it came with the heat shield and a filter and everything, and as you can see, it's pretty clean. Car only has about 20,000 miles on it, and I probably put that on around 10. And here's the strut bar, which actually made a really big difference as far as handling and everything goes. But again, it slipped my mind, so I just wanted to hurry up and show that real quick. My engine bay is all dirty, and the car again, I'm just trying to make it a little more interesting and show the car more. Now, I do want to say, neither one of my cars are perfect. I talked about it in my last video. The front end of that car has literally gotten the most hell out of every fucking car I've ever owned. My whole $300 splitter got destroyed. It's been backed into, and then to top it all off, I hit that thing the other day and completely destroyed the bumper. So it's one more accident away from needing a whole new bumper. But it is what it is. It happens. Another thing too, my mom backed into me. She said my car matched the same color of the sky in the fucking driveway. Again, it is what it is. We got the dents pulled. It's fine. But I mean, that's really about it. I do plan on modding it some more. I've been really eyeballing those Mugen style tails. They actually have ones that you can buy that are sequential. They're $300-400 cheaper than the real thing, so I'm considering it. Next up on the list for sure. I've been on those springs for a really long time, so the suspension is getting a little soft. I would like to do coilovers and actually go a little bit lower, and I will eventually. But again, you know, I enjoy it at this height, but I would love to see it lower. Another thing would be maybe changing the wheel setup if I do go lower. I would like something with a lower offset to have more of a lip. I have considered real wheels for this car as well, but it's so much cheaper to do things to the EK, even though the wheels cost about as much as the car. But I mean, a daily this car, these wheels get nicked up. I just kind of can't justify spending the money on it, but then again, I spent the money on them for a shit box. So I mean, who's to say it won't happen? Really and truly, I would love to bag the car and make it a show car or something, but it's just not possible right now. But again, it is what it is. I enjoy it for what it is. I think it looks nice. A lot of people give me props for it, so you know. And if you don't like it, it's all good. I just do it for myself, really. But so that about wraps this up for this video. Again, you know, I hate to be talking too much and not really showing the car, but I had a lot of things to explain and a lot of things that I think about whenever I'm making these videos to try to make them interesting and actually give some prices and things like that. But I will have another video coming for the EK relatively soon. And again, thank y'all for watching. You know, I'm getting more comfortable speaking on camera. I want to get better. I want to do better. But you know, I appreciate the ones that stick around and actually watch the videos and give me the view time. I do notice all that stuff. And again, I'm so thankful that y'all are giving me a chance and actually are interested in what I'm putting out. But you know the deal. Like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you again so much for watching. Plug.